Another dark log from the diary of a griever named John Weaver, which is me. Alright, fellas, zombies, are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Are we emotionally screwed up and sleep deprived? Because I sure as hell am. Being a caregiver to a dog takes a lot out of a person. Especially when she has to fuss at night, and there is no sleep at night. There's barely any sleep during the daytime. So naturally, I'm a zombie. Sleep deprived. Well, my therapists and other healthcare professionals are telling me that I need to do a lot of things for my health. And quite frankly, it ain't getting done. Right now it's about almost 15 after 10 o'clock at night. Still the 8th of August. April. See, this is what happens when my brain goes screwy. But speaking about a brain going screwy, I'm going to be submitting this one over to the guard of the leaf. I'm wondering about his mentality. He picks on Don Lemon and certain things off of TikTok and thinks this is the prime example for the United States of America. Doesn't matter if we had a lot of other people demonstrating a great deal, telling the world, yes, we know about Donald Trump, we want to get rid of the guy, but we can't get our Congress people to get up their dead asses to do it. If you want to go after people, why don't you go after the Congress at this point, because they're ass kissers. But then again, you look at the Don Lemon one and think, everyone's just like them. Man, where the hell have you been living in? Oh, I'm sorry, you live in Canada, you don't live in the United States. Canada never had this kind of issues before concerning about their elected leaders, or elected traitorous scum, shall we say. Yes, we made a mistake back in 2016 when we elected the orange gas bag. America fell in love with the orange gas bag while he was getting his airtime and getting his street creds more and more. We already know this guy was a con artist. Corporate media loved the guy, especially Channel 4 or NBC Network. That's why we had The Apprentice on that one. Because they're that brain dead, I think so. In that instance, in situation, yeah, I'd agree. We got apathetic, lazy at times, and other people are just trying to bust their ass. We're a pluralistic society. We have all kinds. And right now, we've got the people who are trying to backstab left and right, while to get nerves. Capitalist pigs, you might as well call us. Okay, I'll deal with that one. Because we want what we want. But did the United States of America ever declared officially and unofficially war against the world and wanted to be one of them under our umbrella as an empire? Actually, maybe. If I try to go back in history regarding the United States, there may have been situations where we wanted an empire. Of course, I can't recall some of the instances, but I got a feeling we had. Well, we fought a civil war when we split on a lot of issues. And after that, we've been having issues after issues with gaining more territory. So yeah, whoever said that the United States was the most perfect country in the world, yeah, I gotta laugh at that one. But then again, I don't look at every country as the shining example of what a government system should be. No one's frickin' perfect. Not even our own damn government system. So bringing us back to the current present right now. We have this forlorn hope of trying to get the midterms corrected to where we can get a Democratic majority in both chambers of Congress. And if we can, there might be a way of getting Trump out of there and the rest of the staff. We've been trying to hold a few of the elected officials accountable. One of them refuses just to go to Congress. She'll be held in contempt of Congress at this point over here. And because of our actions and situations that we've allowed to happen throughout the decades. We got a Supreme Court that allowed Steve Bannon to get off the hook with the Congress. So yes, whoever said we had a golden country to look forward to aspire, I'm sorry, but even that American dream was turning out to be a nightmare in Elm Street for some of us. Or, right now, many of us. And yes, we made the mistake back in 2016 of electing the orange gas bag in. Worse off is they bought it hook, line, suckered. And the numbers just added up to where Gasbag walked right back in, lied under oath, and continued his escapade. Even in Congress, the Republicans on that side are beholden to him one way or another. And yes, they need to be gotten rid of, every single one of them. I don't care if they got any sympathy to the Democrats, they need to get out of there, period. We did this to ourselves. The thing is, in our states, we have, I don't know if we have any recall elections to those in the Republican Party or the blue states as well, of getting rid of and changing out the officials. We have to wait until midterms or the presidential elections every 4 years, the midterms every 4 years. We have to wait for the election cycle so we can do this thing. Because there's no way in hell that we've got governors strong enough, or even written into their own state constitutions, that they can get rid of their elected officials and put a new one in. There's a few states out there that actually have it, but I don't see them activated. So in that case, we're screwed on that one too. But I'm not looking at the shining examples that Don Lemon put out there, that you dug up, and thinking this is the entire America right now as it is. If you did think it that way, I'm sorry. There are people out in this country who actually do give a shit, but are legally held back. And if you think it's going to be easy to take out our president one way or another, just to satisfy you or anybody else in the rest of the world, believe me, there's a lot of people who want to do things. But because we try to follow rules and regulations and laws that we've created out there, we can think it, we ain't going to do it. Not be that stupid. But unfortunately, we did elect stupid. He's doing that to the rest of the world and thinks the laws don't apply to him. Main reason why we had to rely on the Constitution and everything else we held highly regarded. That we have to hold on to the principles that we grew up under. That hopefully showed that we were the true Americans and not the current batch that you keep demonstrating to the people saying, oh, this is the current batch of America. Look how lazy and apathetic they are. Yeah, if you're picking up the maggots left and right, I don't know if those guys weren't Democrats. Oh, I don't know, I don't care. Well, good for you picking up TikTok like that and thinking that's going to be the absolute thing. One thing about social media, they never get the total picture of what's going on. And neither does your channel getting the total picture of what's going on. Except to see more of the damage, and that's all you see. I'm not supporting Trump. I'm not backing this son of a bitch up. I voted against the asshole. And I'll still speak against him. And I don't want him in office at all. But I got no legal recourse except to impeach the bastard. But the problem is, I need a Congress who can actually get off the dead ass and do it. I have no way of recalling my own representation out here in California. There is representation that matches up with Trump's mentality I want to get rid of. and I can't do that. You want to hear about something else happening? Try watching California for right now. We have a Riverside sheriff who thinks he can go above and beyond the law by hijacking people's ballots from a previous vote that took place regarding Proposition 50. And we had a lot of people who wanted change in our state. But at least the change would have been legal. Changing our borders. Our electoral borders, shall I say. But this Riverside sheriff who's running for governor thinks everybody's cheating. So in his particular county, he picked up 65,000 or more ballots already been used. And he wanted to recount it because this other Trump-supported group, who doesn't believe in the election at all, they want to recount. Well, after the damn thing had already been done. Of course, they could have sued in the state court to have it recounted. They could have done that. They didn't. So now this gubernatorial candidate, sheriff, wants to make sure everything's nice and legal. He ain't a fucking lawyer. He's a candidate looking out to be another Trump. And right now, the state Supreme Court held him back, held him in check until another process can be done to see if it was done legally or not. Long story on this asshole. Gavin Newsom's leaving. He's on his last and final hurrah. He's out of here. Reason why we have a number of candidates, both Democratic and mostly Republican, who want to take over California again and make it a Trump state. They're going to have the votes for that one. But they didn't like Proposition 50 changing their electoral territories. Gives them less power, they think. Well, it should have. Because we were doing it in response to other states who also changed through cheating and thievery, pilfering, pillaging, plundering. So we did it the legal way. We got the voters to say yay or nay. And it would be temporary. There are a lot of minor things that you keep missing being up north. But you keep pouting out the left and people. This is what you keep saying to people. That's what I keep hearing from you. You don't care enough. You don't give a shit enough. I understand you give a shit about Canada. You're my guest. It's your state. It's your country. It's your world. Everybody else has an influence on everybody. And ours, unfortunately, we have unleashed a lunatic. And unfortunately, we can't put back into a nursing home and keep them locked up there. Yeah, we have a lot of weak-willed people surrounding him who want him in power because they feel empowered. Yes, we keep saying that we need a change. We have to change. But when change hits, are we going to like it or not? America isn't perfect. America isn't pretty. America is the ugliest, grittiest thing right now. And we are showing the uglier side of our town. We're showing the uglier side of our nature. But show me one country who's so totally perfect that you can expound upon their whatever kind of virtues they've got. One country, of course you'll pick up yours, and you've already got a dirty enough history anyway in Canada in the first place. You just got to get your nails dirty. That being said, from this side of the border,